Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Terry Harrington. I'll be speaking with Karen Palka and Joe Vercellino from Bloom 2026. Today's show is sponsored by Lake Huron Medical Center. Well, Karen, you've got your big event for this winter coming up, Bloom 2026. Tell us about that.
Bloom 2026 is a fun night out. It is with A Beautiful Me. Our headliner is going to be here with us talking, and it's just going to be for teen girls. Like, where do you go for teen girls to hear a message of worth and value and be empowered? And we expect to fill up McMorran Theatre, and so moms can come with their daughter and hear the message too, because moms need to hear this message.
Joe, so you're the headliner for Bloom 2026.
Honored to be the headliner.
So
happy to be here.
So what's your message?
Yeah, the Lionheart Experience, we're a strategic school and community partner. So we do a lot of work around the country in schools and centers. People who are saying, we want our young people anchored in a strong sense of self-worth. And so that's what we do. We use music, we use visual art, we use story to be able to keep kids anchored in a strong sense of self-worth. And secondly, we keep kids curious about what their life can become. There's this Harvard graduate study that says 58% of young people feel like they don't have a purpose in their life. And so our group, when we come in with the music and the visual art, I've still got paint on my hand from some shows yesterday, but we'll mix our music that we have made with this huge canvas that we paint on, and for most of the time it looks like a mess until the very end when I flip it over and you can see there's a masterpiece there. And it's a great tangible moment for young people with a mix of the story, the visual art, and the music to say, oh my gosh, maybe this will be my life too. Maybe I can't see it all right now. Maybe I can't see it all right now, but I think there might be something beautiful that happens in my life. And so we're looking forward to bringing that moment to Bloom this year.
How did you come to create this? What was the spark that got you going?
Thanks for asking. Well, first of all, I'm the oldest of 7 kids, so I've always felt this kind of big brother mentality with people that I'm around, and I've always loved music. And so when I held those two things in my heart, I was like, I love being a big brother, and I love music. It just led me to wanting to be a teacher. So I became a teacher in Detroit. And my classroom that we were in, the school was it was a low resource school, so we didn't have instruments. And but I had gotten my start in music as a street performer. I sang on street corners all over the country, and I took this job teaching at this little school in Detroit because I was like, you know what, if you don't have any instruments, that's okay. I bet you we could write songs in this classroom. I bet you that the next hits for young people are in this classroom. We're gonna unlock them. And street performing actually became an assignment in my classroom. I took some of my students to go and street perform. We wrote songs and we focused them in on wanting to write to the theme of affirming and helping to anchor young people in a strong sense of self-worth. So our music is, it's about resilience, it's about pushing through, it's about loving who you are. And our music at our school that we would perform, it kind of gained a little traction. People started hearing about it, they started listening to the music. We would do some concerts at our school in Detroit. And I just loved this group of students. I loved sharing my life with them. They shared their life with me as well. And we were growing together, you know. I got married and had kids. They moved up into high school. It's a great example of this persevering togetherness that Martin Luther King likes to talk about a lot. And we started doing these shows at our school, but other schools became interested. And so I would take some paid time off and get some students in my minivan, and we would go to schools and we'd do these shows that were a mix of this visual art, music, and story. And we probably can sit down and talk a little longer, but since we started that 8 years ago, we've seen 4 million kids in 12 different states. So this is a full-time thing now, and I left the classroom 5 years ago to be able to still be a teacher, but work with educators and students around the United States.
Karen, let's talk a little bit about Bloom 2026 because we want to be able to see Joe.
Oh, that's absolutely true. We want to come and see Joe on February 27th. It's a Friday night at McMorran. You get tickets at abeautifulme.com. We are giving away Apple headphones. We have lots of prizes. We have other people in the community performing and alongside, and we're going to have, we're going to shoot t-shirts out into the audience. So this is going to be this message and fun, and we want to fill McMorran. So teenage girls, because it's a rite of passage. We have programming for those that are under teenage years. So this is for that area, that gap that we don't have a space for, that message.
And when you talk about teenage age, you're talking like what, 12 to 18, 12 to 19, 13?
Yeah, 12 is not a teen, right? So it's really important because we did this 7 years ago for 7 years with Hope FM, and so we're bringing this back. And those girls that went through it from 2013 to 2019 came to this event. The stories that they are telling us, because every year we would bring in a different headliner. This year, I'm so super excited to have the Lionheart experience because his students, previous students, are performing on stage with this original music, and it's spectacular. So the message is there for us all to hear.
I want to hop in real quick. When you first reached out to me and you're like, yeah, this is a Bloom event, it's for teenage girls, it's all teenage girls, and I was like, well, you know that I'm a guy, right?
But the message, human message, yes.
But what I was telling you was that the message that we bring into schools, it's not for a specific demographic.
Correct.
It's not for kids in affluent communities. It's not for kids in poor communities. It's not just for athletes, or it's not just for guys or girls. This is a human message because everyone, adults that I meet, young people that I meet, everyone wants to know, will something beautiful happen in my life? Will I get to look at my life and say, wow, that was worth living? Or even, I'm glad that I went through that mess because that has informed the picture I see of myself today, and I think I see something beautiful.
Great.
Yeah. We want every student to hear both the message of A Beautiful Me in 4th and 5th grade and the message that Joe and the Lionheart experience. That's the benefit. People say, well, what about the boys? He's got that. So we need to have it in all schools, but we're starting here with just the girls.
February 27th,
Yes.
McMorran Place.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thanks for sharing, and we want to thank you for joining us on Spotlight.